finished episode 2, maybe 13 months ago.
Nice.
About a week after we put the episode out, or a week before we put the episode out, the fight with Franchon gets announced.
Okay.
Can you walk me through what happened from that point on up to fight night?
So I was, training, of course, getting prepared, getting ready. And I ended up switching gyms, or having to switch gyms, and going through a bunch of stuff with my personal team. And the night of the fight, I mean, I can't really even remember the first 5 rounds. I just wasn't in it. And except for my first loss, man, my first crucial heartbreak. You know how they say you in a relationship, you get your first heartbreak? That was my first professional heartbreak. And my last.
What were some of the things, obviously, you don't got to give all the details you want to give, but what were some of the things that forced those changes leading up to, the biggest moment of your career?
It's crazy. I mean, during that camp, you would think that everything would be, smooth as a team, as a unit. This is our moment together. You're a fighter, is get ready. For a coach, my fighter is about to fight for a world title. For my personal team, my teammate is getting ready to fight for a world title. So there was just some tug of war of control and different things happening behind my back that I wasn't aware of, and which caused some changes in my personal team, and I had to depart ways from the gym. So my comfort was compromised, which what I'm learning now, sometimes that's the best. You're comfortable, you're not working hard, okay? So, but I'm saying as an environment, my comfortability was compromised and forced me to have to go and train somewhere else and make some pivotal changes to my team, and I kind of took that into the rest of the camp. So that's it,
What happened on the night, right? We could talk about camp, we could talk about everything leading up to camp.
Yeah.
There's only one fight night.
Right.
What happened for you on fight night? What was your experience of that 10 rounds?
I couldn't wait till it was over. Fight week, I was fine. Before the fight, the level of anxiety that I experienced, the moment, what if? I kept telling myself, I couldn't wait till it's over. That's the best way I could put it. From the moment I left my hotel room to get to the fight, you could see this look on my face of it was the opposite of embracing the moment. I looked exhausted. I looked tired from experiencing so much anxiety about the moment, about the what if. When that happens, the what if becomes it.
Right, you built it almost into something that it wasn't.
It was something that it wasn't, and then I built it into it being it. And what's funny is after the fight, that's the clearest, the relaxed I felt after the fight, after the loss. Wasn't no tears till the next day. After the loss, I was like, okay, let's go get some pizza. Right. The next day I woke up and
the relief of the I can finally let this feeling go.
Yes. The next morning, I remember just being in unbearable tears in my wife's arms. Realizing it had hit me. I woke up and I realized what I just passed up, what I gave up.
Is that how you felt about it after that you passed it up?
Absolutely. I felt like that fight was easy. I made it. I beat myself because I didn't fight, I let the moment be bigger than me. I let the moment pass me by. I should have been living in it. I should have been, like I was for my world title fight, this fight.
What were some of the emotions and feelings and things that you had to recover from once that was over?
I had to do therapy. I had to be gentle with myself. I had to forgive myself. I had to learn that, some of the blessings that I have now, I earned them. It's a big thing called imposter syndrome, where you don't feel like you deserve it, or am I supposed to be a world champion? Like, am I just here to say that I got here? Why is all these things happening to me now with, all of us working this hard to get to that level? Why now? And I worked through it with the help of my mental coach and with the help of my therapist. And I'm in I can deal with things much better now. My mental cannot be rattled at all. And this force is tested every day. I mean, I know you got a little bit of piece of it today. Barry is one hell of a guy to train with and for. He screams perfection. you can be dead tired. He still went 150% because it's something necessary to do to bring the best out of you. So I'm grateful.
At what point after that fight did you, should I say, go back to normal? Or did you start to feel like yourself in and out of the gym?
Oh no, it took a while.
Yeah.
It took a while. It took I want to say like month and a half, 2-3 months. I didn't go on vacation like I normally did. I did a lot of grieving at home, which I was doing before I fought. In camp, I was doing a lot of grieving and a lot of questioning and not understanding certain things.
What was the grief?
The loss of a relationship with one particular person. The loss and the betrayal of what I felt that particular person let happen. Because it ain't even about everybody else. It was that one particular person. You know, so he played a major part in my career and in my life. He wasn't just, you know, a part of the team. He was my guy. So, that's that. And understanding what took place and why and what. And it's like now I completely understand. Like, it got to a point where I started like, it was forgiveness. I understood. I understood your choice. I understand why you made that choice. You gotta choose your family. You gotta choose, you know, because I'm gonna choose mine every time. You know, if you gotta take sides. I'm gonna choose my side every time. So I understand and I respect it, and I'm glad it happened because it was able. It made me, you know, come back home to where I know for a fact all this is built. You know, all this stuff. You know, Coach Wall. There's not a bunch of people coming in here to box, but he loves what we do and he loves us so much that he makes sure that we have everything we need. You know, he's my strength and conditioning coach. He's my mental coach. We talk. We keep in touch when he don't travel with me. We talk every day while I'm away. Fight night, like he'll send me little quotes. You've seen him today, picking with me, motivating me. You know, I got a family here. You know, and one thing about this business is that it don't love you. You know, like. Your family, your love is at home. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was able to finally decipher, you know, the difference and embrace my team and those who do love me and why they do it. But at the same time, knowing that they love me, don't take advantage of it neither. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, there's a thin line. People here, this community is all about love and uplifting. I never get a negative feel from them, like they don't want me to succeed. But at the same time, how genuine they are, you got to be careful not to take advantage of people like that because you lose good people, you know? So, yeah.
The last day of training that I saw you before the fight, you were at the gym in Booton. At what point did you make the transition here?
Was it after the fight or before?
I saw your last sparring session before. It was Jenna, it was Sarah, it was at the gym in Booton.
Okay, so
it was cold in there.
Yeah, it was cold. So, yeah, it was hard to cook in there.
Yeah.
Great gym, great facility, but you see, you got a little bit of what I was going through for a world title fight. Everything's supposed to be, you know, like after the fight, I took like 2-3 weeks off. Like they wanted me to take some time off, and then I went back to Booton. I trained with Terrific for like a week or two. We was sparring and stuff, and it just wasn't the same. You know, he had made a conscious decision to go back to East Hanover, which I understood because he had some, you know, training over there. So he would leave from Booton and then go to East Hanover, and at that time I was very like I was very sensitive. Like I was very like in this place where what's the word I'm looking for? I needed more time. I needed like I had to rebuild. So I was shell shocked and I needed to spend more time in the gym with the trainer. So I said to him, he texted me like, hey, you want to boot? And I'm like, nah, I don't really want you to have to do all that. Go ahead to East Hanover. I'm going to come with Barry. So after some time, me and Barry were like, we just kept training and working on stuff and building back and building because he had to be very cautious with the state that my mentor was in. So he wasn't really allowed to be himself, you know, and after a while, like, I kept doing my therapy and I got better and better and he became himself again to now today you see like he picks and nags and picks and nags and picks and nags.
Yeah, it's funny you say that.
Mentally, I'm able to I just be like, You know
Because
what I'm
I
saying?
remember the first couple of times I came into this gym with you, I remember he was a little, I guess we'll say
Quiet.
gentler on you.
Yeah, very gentle.
Not so much anymore.
Not even close. Where's the gentle? It's gone. He's a madman.
Yeah.
The Chipmunks.
Yeah. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
The dad probably is way more nicer than he is. But it's
Can
just
you
three of
speak
us.
on that relationship, where that came from? I know in the first episode we touched on that he was your OG trainer, but
I've been on Barry since I was 14, 15 years old. I'm 35 now, so that's 20 years, right? And you know, he's older, as you can see, but he keeps himself in good shape. And in the event that sometimes things would come up, he would leave the sport for a little bit, so he would send me over there with Terrific. So him and Terrific had a great relationship, you know. They work well with each other. And so he would send me over, and then, you know, he'll come back, you know, because his son was in and out of the sport too, Kendall Hall. And he would come back, but we always stayed in touch. You know, he never really left. He never really left my side. He just either, you know, he dabbles in a lot of things. He does personal training. He's a sports fanatic, like boxing fanatic. So he was always in like around. So when I came back over here, we worked, and we got that call. And he's like, you know, let's just lock in, you know. And then we brought another old school OG of mine's back, youngster, the Pad Man. And like I said, we've all been together since I was 15, so it worked out pretty good.
So you got back in here, you're getting into a training rhythm again, you're working on your mental, and then the Spence fight gets announced.
Yes.
What was there anything that you had to work through specifically leading up to that one, because it's the first one back, or by the time you're in camp, business as usual, you know, let's go get this work? What was that experience like for you?
No, actually, Barry had got really, like, he's really started picking on me a lot then. So I was watching myself, watching myself, seeing how I was handling it. I was ready. My mental was just like spot on, like. And then the week of the fight, you know, it's a big event. Of course, all of Jake's events is huge. And I remember the day of, I was laughing, like trying to make me nervous. Like this, I was born for this. I was in my, and I got some good sleep. Normally, I don't sleep during fight week. I was in my hotel room laughing in the mirror, just like it's my moment, you know. And I knew my mental had really took a turn for positivity when that happened.
How'd you feel on that night?
I felt great. I was having fun. We could have fought another 11, 12 more rounds.
And the performance was what you wanted?
It was, oh yeah, I wanted to stop her, of course, but
I know you always do.
You know what's crazy is, I look back at how critical of my championship fight some people were. And you got some people that's like, yo, they just showed tremendous skill. And I look back at the last 4 or 5 fights. I gave you 4 or 5 different versions of myself. Against Aline, I was moving just a bit. I got the KO. Against Olivia Curry, I was coming forward. I had her hurt pretty bad. Against Franchon, I was in a high guard, flat-footed, took a L. Against Natasha Spence, I boxed beautifully, mixed them, but came forward. Against Melinda Watpool, I used my feet. That's 5 different type of people, but what I do understand is that a lot of women's boxing is filled with talent. A lot of women can box. I want to set myself apart. I want to set myself apart, meaning I am different than everybody else.
League of your own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm focused on doing. Well, let me say this. I always feel like I'm in camp with this old guy right here, man. He lets me know right after the fight. It's like he comes to me. He's like, "Yeah, next camp we doing this, we doing that." I'm like, "All right, Barry. Well, I'm taking a week, 2 weeks off." But after a while, I start missing it. So then he'll say, "You know, I miss it too," and we'll come back in. And the moment you commit to coming in the gym with him, it becomes camp again. As you can see, I don't have no fight date on the table. You seen what happened today, you know. So
And I noticed you've been calling it camp too, but you don't even have nothing lined up.
No, nothing lined up. But he likes to stay ready so that we don't have to stop, drop, and get ready. You know, you see my brothers Terrell and Kirk in here, and that's another thing that helped me through too. Them, you know, it's a small camp. It's just 3 of us, and we banging on each other. But like words, you know, me and Terrell real tight. We talk on the phone a lot, and he'll come to the fight. Me and Kirk tight too. He was at my last camp, patting me out too. Actually, the fight week, he was helping me, you know, while I was cutting a little couple pounds. He was there. We was working on technical drills. We do a lot of work together. So just always having that setting, no matter where I am, that family setting, it's the same. It's gonna be the same outcome. We in the ring. It's just a fight now. This and it's even better because she don't know half of my tricks. They do. Right. So yeah.
So you beat Spence. Get back into camp.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful win. Basically, you checked all the boxes, and then it gets announced as a vacant title.
Yes.
And you're fighting for it. Obviously, I don't know whose it was. I think it was Franchon's, and she wasn't.
No,
active.
it was Savannah's.
It was one of Savannah Morris's titles. So you get the call. It's a vacant belt. What's that like? What's that feeling like? Is it all positive? Is
all
it bringing
positive.
back old shit?
All positive.
Yeah.
But the reason that I had no more anxiety left is because I felt it here in the gym. Once Barry heard title, he said history. This is history. We gonna make history sweeps. We gotta, and he just turns it up. I know you got a little gist of him today. That's him probably on 7. Feel bad for 10, Yeah. So I had no anxiety left to have because everything that I would possibly go through, I was going through it in here.
And there's a thing of like, what's the worst that could happen? We come back, we're in the exact same spot we're in right now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And on fight night, obviously she was a different kind of fighter, a little bit more aggressive than Spence, a little more front foot.
Absolutely.
You had to take a different approach, but what was fight night that night like for you? Was it like everything's clicking, everything's going how you want it?
Everything was definitely clicking. I made a conscious decision to use my feet. We did. But each round I still fought different. 6th or 7th round I had her hurt, out on her feet. Could have finished her. She was very slow-footed, so I made it easy for myself some rounds. I started off very strong. A lot of people think I'm slowing down. No, I'm just, I'm following the rules, following my commands and my training. But I felt like, as I watched it a couple of times, 97, 93, that's how I had it. And everything was clicking. It was a little late. The stadium was huge. I actually felt at home. I miss walking out in that stadium.
And I knew you did too, because when I was able to watch the media workout, and I saw how light on your feet you were. And I saw how relaxed you looked, and I was like, all right, she's good to
I
go.
was ready. I was excited. I was ready. Man, to the way we got to the ring with the golf cart, when I went out, it wasn't like, it was, that was amazing. Atmosphere, beautiful. Loved it. Enjoyed every moment of it. Every moment.
What was the, we talked about this when I first got here today, the validation of actually becoming the champ, having that belt, and does that give you the confidence to make you that much better? What's the experience been for you? You're officially the WBO champ. There's only one.
Yeah.
Has that experience happened for you at all?
It hasn't really set in completely. If anything, it's put more pressure on myself to get better. Like, I was extremely critical this fight, and I had to keep watching it to see. And like I said, I want to set myself apart from everybody else. So what happens is, this is true. Become a world champion. You train 50% better than what you used to. You spar 50% better than what you used to. You become a better fighter, and I think that's what's happening to me now. Because I have other goals. I have
filling the champ's shoes.
Yeah, I have other goals, and I want to grab those other belts, and I got to be my best self to do that. So, you're not looking at a WBO world champion who's slacking. I've been here since what? You've been here since 11. I've been here since 9. It's 2:00. Putting in work. This is every day.
And you're not even lined up for nothing.
I'm not even lined up for nothing.
We'll get to the rest on another shoot day, but just for today, give me a little taste of what the reception's been from your friends, your family, your community in such a beautiful moment for you.
Wow, they proud. I mean, people, Pattersonians make me feel like and I hate to say it because they honor me with the key to the city, but they just make me feel so amazing. Like I just won the world title. They make me feel like they respect and appreciate that I'm the champ, Terrell, he watched my fight a couple times, and I was critical, but he was like, Sweets, you look sharp, you look good, and it's only gonna get better, oh my God. And Kirk and everybody's so proud. I mean, when you first walk in, you see the billboards on top of the thing, but I'm humble, I'm silly old me. I ain't nobody. I say that to my friends, and they be like, nah, you somebody. you changing the aspect of Patterson. You changing, you doing things that little girls are watching, hoping that one day they can do. And I'm like, damn, you never know the effect that you have on your community, so you got to watch who's watching you. And
Well,
always
most
be
people
conscious
who
of
get
it.
to your position have the opposite problem, right? The head gets too big.
Yeah.
It all gets to them too fast.
Okay.
And it makes them worse.
Not
right?
me.
There are fighters where you see they get that belt and
Yeah.
they start to relax. And when I'm in here with you today, I can see you guys turned it up one more level. And that's why I feel confident.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
For you.
Yeah,
because I don't see anybody going, nah, she got it.
Nah,
Sorry,
no. They it's worse. You see, they pick on me, man, and they, you know, sometimes like I be trying to grab the bag by the wall where he can't see me, but he comes and he sit and he picks and they actually get a little bit easy because they ain't watching them as much. But my whole team, you know, you seen it today. Coach Wall was like last one and picking on me, and I like it. You know, they keeping me on my toes, but it's not much that they have to do because I'm on my toes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in here working. You ain't gotta call Sweets where you at. We here. I'm here. I'm here before you. I'm here before all y'all. I'm here. First one in, last one out.